9-year-old Peter Boland disappeared in remote bushland in 1957.
Out in the cold, out in the cold.
He is saying, I'm missing, I've never been found.
Dark and lost.
Did he just wander off?
The boy, in all probability, did get lost.
Or was it something more sinister?
To me, it's more likely that something untoward happened.
Someone knows something, but what?
A mother's suspicions.
I think she thought there had been foul play.
And a brother's guilt.
There was no sort of finality.
Two psychics use their extraordinary gifts to hunt for new clues. What secrets will they uncover?
Someone took him.
He was taken away.
He keeps showing me the dark.
This is not an accident, he was murdered.
As they trace Peter's last steps.
I felt not right in the head, but it felt like my neck, like somebody got a hold of my neck.
They're guilty, he said, they're guilty.
Can they solve one of New Zealand's coldest cold cases?
There's a lot of lies here, because you don't just disappear.
In the 60 years since young Peter Boland went missing, there have been many theories as to what happened, but nothing has ever been proved. Now, psychics Sue Nicholson and Deb Webber have come to Opotiki in the hope of discovering the truth. The rules for sensing murder are clear. The psychics have no prior information about the victim or the filming locations. They are filmed on separate days. Their job is to provide the victim's name, age, sex, and details of how and when the person died. Correct answers are sometimes confirmed by the film crew.
I need your year, I need your birth, and I need your name, sweetheart.
I feel like I've got more of a female energy or a gentle energy.
You're a child and you want to play. Has mouldy got something to do with this? Because there's something to do with mouldy energy coming into it a little bit.
Peter lived in Avondale, Auckland, with his Pākehā father and part Māori mother.
They lived up in Auckland for a while or something. I'm not sure if he lived up there or his parents might be there, but there's some connection with Auckland with this little boy.
He loved his mother. Okay, he's a brother.
You got a brother. There's a brother.
Peter had an elder brother, Gavin, who was annoyed when Peter was invited by friends of his parents to a farm for the August school holidays.
I sort of questioned my mother. I said, oh, what's the story, you know? And she said, oh, you'll be going next time. I questioned the actions of my parents in a way, because I would never do that. I would never have let my 9-year-old go away on a trip like that. I just wouldn't have.
I got the school bag back again, which was interesting, but he keeps mentioning holidays to me.
So I'm getting that excitement, like we're going on a trip. I'm not feeling threatened, I'm not feeling frightened or anything like that.
Hills, rocks, trees. Looks quite rough, actually, the area. The letter W keeps coming in with the road I have to take to go to where he was. I think it's WA.
Waiaweka Road leads out of Opotiki to the farm where Peter went for the holidays.
I keep seeing fences. I see fences of fields.
I feel like I'm on a farm.
He goes to stay there or they look after him.
They must have stayed maybe a week. Yeah, probably the whole week or 2 weeks of the holidays.
I get Kenneth.
Peter was invited to the farm by the manager, Ken Woods. The 9-year-old had been the page boy at Ken and Nolene's wedding.
Because that was very strong. The first thing that came out was Ken with the K and the Kenneth.
Ken came up to Auckland with Nolene to put her in the hospital because she was having a baby, and he brought Peter back.
Arthur was at the farm with Ken and young Peter. There was also Peter Innes Smith, whose father owned the property, and an Auckland friend, Les Smith. The four men were all at least 10 years older than the 9-year-old.
There's a horse nearby.
It's funny because I keep hearing the words, horse run away.
Both psychics are correct. On Saturday, August the 31st, Peter had gone out with the four men looking for some missing horses.
Now, little Peter went with Les Smith and myself down towards the river to see if we could find the horses. And the other Peter and Ken went up to find them. Well, we found the horses.
Finally, we found the bastards. Peter, run off and tell the others we found them.
So we said to little Peter, pop up and tell Ken, we got the horses, we'll see you back at the house. And that was it. Last time we saw him.
He keeps saying to me, I miss him. I miss him, I'm not there.
Out in the cold, out in the cold. Dark and lost.
The men called out from both sides of the creek but heard nothing back.
Go on, Pete!
Peter should have been just a few hundred metres away.
I never gave much thought about it, actually, until, I suppose, later on, when he never turned up at all. And because kids wander off, they do their own thing and all the rest. And then we came back with the horses to the house.
But see, the bushland keeps coming into it, so he's walked off into the bushland or someone's taking him to the bushland.
It's a male's hand with him.
Around 11 o'clock, the alarm was raised.
Anything up there to the right?
Police and search volunteers arrived.
Peter!
As darkness fell, they built a fire, hoping the missing boy would see it. Over the next 5 days, more than 150 volunteers searched in what became the biggest New Zealand search of its day.
We had enough people there, virtually to hold hands right from the creek, or the river to the hill, right through. And we literally covered every inch of ground there was to be recovered. But no sight nor sign.
But I see, like, trees, bushes.
I can't see his body, so I'd say he's still out in the cold.
I'm seeing dirt, so I'm seeing him in the dirt.
Like, he's not sort of child that would wander. So for him to wander off, that's just sort of out of the question.
Peter's parents, Neville and Nell, did an overnight dash to the farm, leaving 11-year-old Gavin in Auckland with relatives.
I had no idea of the gravity of the situation, really, I guess. As far as I was concerned, you know, Peter would be coming back soon. Mum and Dad would come back. Everything would go on as normal.
I kept hearing that sort of like a screaming in the background. The desperation of, like, the mother. So they said, I think he's so concerned about his parents and not himself.
What happened to Peter? Did he fall into a creek and get washed away? Did he wander off into the bush and become lost? Did he fall into a tomo or hole? Or was he abducted and murdered?
Someone took him because he was seen and then he wasn't seen.
It was taken away. I keep saying it was taken away.
It's just so pure and innocent. Someone took him.
The way he went wasn't an accident. No accident.
No, I feel like he's been murdered.
He was murdered.
Psychics Deb Webber and Sue Nicholson are connecting with the spirit of schoolboy Peter Boland, who disappeared in 1957. Did he simply get lost? Or was he murdered? Searchers at the time thought things didn't add up. Many of the men were World War II veterans, skilled in tracking through dense bush.
I've been asked about the possibility of Peter falling into the river, and I've always said, if he did, guys like my father would have seen evidence of where he had fallen in. I mean, they were that good. I suspect foul play. to be really honest. He wasn't meant to be found. If he's there, he was put somewhere where whoever put him there knew that searchers wouldn't go there.
Gavin Boland, having always believed that his brother got lost, now inclines towards the murder theory.
I would hope that the psychics might come up with information as to whether he actually injured himself and fell in the river, which I still consider a possibility, or the most likely thing, that he was abducted.
I can see a man around him at the time.
I feel like I've got mental issues with this person.
I keep getting a reflection of a tall gentleman.
And I also get depression. And I get medication.
He keeps flashing me to this man. Well, it's in a shadow like, so I can't see his face or anything, but he's quite tall and slender build, but he keeps disappearing, this man.
The motives here are not very nice of what I'm seeing as kind of abuse. I feel like I've got a pervert here.
Something that he's just finding it very difficult to communicate. And maybe because of the shock of what happened to him, I don't know.
And I can hear him say, let me go. Let me go. I'm asking, I want to go home. I want to go. I want to go home now. And he's just not letting him go. And he's leaning over him, shouting at him. I don't like swearing, but he said, you little bastard, shut up. I feel like he's hit him around his head.
And the thing is, I keep seeing that, the hills and the rocks and the water. Yeah, so I think he was taken.
But then I feel like I'm choking. Big hands. Male's hands. Male hands around my throat. Because I feel like I can't breathe properly. I'm choking.
And the darkness keeps coming in on top of him.
The pressure around my neck is really strong. Like I feel big thumbs in my neck, in my airways, they're being pressed.
Keeps showing me the dark.
So I feel like I'm passing out.
Yeah, an image of a man keeps coming in, and I feel he could have been murdered at that time.
Doesn't know why. He keeps shaking his head. He doesn't know why. I'm asking him why. He says, I don't know. I don't know why. Because he's saying I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
Someone took him.
He's outside. He's not inside, and he's not at a property or buried there. He was taken to a different location.
I couldn't see a body with him, and I still can't see the body.
Feels like I'm driving around looking to see where I could take him or dump him. But I don't want that body to be found.
I can get flashes of bits and pieces where he was, but with him, it's like he doesn't exist, so I'd say he's still missing. So I think he's missing today.
Deb's correct. Peter's body has never been found. The not knowing devastated the family.
My mother was very upset. Yeah, she was very tearful. You know, very upset. When you don't have a death or a body, there was no sort of finality lost. Even the church wouldn't allow a death service, you know. It was just, yeah, very difficult to come to terms with, I guess.
The one I'm getting at the moment is I'm not feeling that the body has been found, but he is saying, I'm missing, I've never been found. And all he wants is to be found or put at rest.
Psychics Deb Webber and Sue Nicholson are closing in on who they sense murdered 9-year-old Peter Boland. Now they must lead us to the place where the boy disappeared. On different days, Each psychic is given a general map of the area, but otherwise no clues as to where they need to take us.
When we're coming out of here, I want to turn left, please.
In the motel room, Deb was the first to get the correct location.
The road starting with W, W-A. There's a W-A-I-O-E-K-A.
Both psychics are directing us correctly to the Waiaweka Gorge.
His energies could be stronger where he went missing, and he'll map it out foot by foot, you know, one step in front of the other, and I can follow where he went and what happened to him.
When I'm in the car and I'm feeling his energy, it's like we're going on a field trip. A field trip, and that's what he's saying. He's so excited because it's a long way to go. This is a really long road.
He's getting very excited, jumping out of the skin. So, and I know we've got a fair way to go still, but he's anticipation sort of feeling.
But as the psychics take us closer to the farm, the mood changes.
I'm starting to feel anxious. I'm just starting to feel nervous and anxious as we're coming up around here.
My breathing's getting heavy. Maybe we should turn here. Is there a road here?
It's like, oh yeah, it's up this road here.
Both Sue and Deb point us towards the farm, which is across the Waiaweka River.
I could hear water, like a creek. That's a creek? I think that's a creek there, I'm not sure. But I wrote on my book here, house and a creek.
Oh, that's the building I saw, that one in front. That must have been here when he was here. With the sheds near him, or the barn, or whatever it was. Yeah. He's getting excited.
The original house is long gone, but Deb is correct. Some of the outbuildings from the 1950s remain.
This is definitely his energy, where I felt his energy. So he'd been here. This is not his house, but he was in this house.
He wants to go for a walk up a track or something. And the other thing is, the horse keeps coming in to flash on me.
And I feel like there was a horse in the field over there. There's a horse. It hasn't got a saddle on or anything. It's just grazing in one of the fields.
There's a few people. I still get people around him and voices. So maybe they're doing some work on the farm. But again, he keeps flashing a horse at me, so I'm trying to find a horse.
We've got pine trees there, but I feel I want to go into these group of pine trees because they've been cut down now, and it's over in this direction where all the pine trees are, like the Christmas trees. That's what I'm getting. I don't want to go anywhere down that way. That way. It's got to be this way.
The psychics asked to be driven further up the valley, 2 kilometres from the farmhouse, where Peter and the men started looking for the horses and where the young boy was last seen.
There's the water coming down where the creek is, and I want to go up to the pine trees and the river and the water.
Coming out here, my head started to hurt. And then when we got to this area, it stopped.
Peter!
I can hear people's voices.
Peter!
Yelling out.
Peter!
I can feel him. I think there's a man. Feels like there's a man. And he's saying, oh, my head hurts. It's like he's going up to follow the horse, so. But I also want to go near the water, so.
Okay, I can hear the water. I can hear the water, so I want to follow the water. He didn't get lost. He didn't get lost at all. He's a very sensible boy. He didn't have hypothermia. He didn't run off. Okay, he wanted to go home. He didn't want to be in that house anymore. And it was due to an adult, and his name was somebody, that's an association with it.
I keep getting a sore head and watery eyes, and I feel lost. feel like I don't know which direction to go in. I know which direction to go in now, but I just feel like I'm lost also, so a bit confusing. Show me where to go, Peter. Well, I keep hearing go down to the creek, so we're going to go down to the creek.
Sue also finds herself drawn towards the creek.
This area is very significant with the trees and the pine trees and all of that. That's what I'm getting. No, I just keep getting this energy down here, down in this way.
It was really thick, dense bush, though. That's the thing. I'm finding it really, I don't know, out of sorts direction-wise. My head's sore. My head's getting worse.
I still keep getting something around my head area. Very strongly here. Let me just check this out. Because all of a sudden, I had felt this energy around my head.
My head. Keep going. Okay, so I think he came down this way anyway, following these people or being with these people. They're going to go get this horse or something. He's been separated from the people somehow.
Run off and tell the others we found them.
Who's Smith?
Deb has identified the surname of two of the men Peter was with that morning, Les Smith and the farm owner's son, Peter Innes Smith.
It's weird. I'm feeling an energy here to here. It starts to increase here. Like this pain in my head and my neck. It's like somebody's grabbed my neck. Oh. And then it's gone. I can't feel it anymore.
Psychics Deb Webber and Sue Nicholson are in the Waiaweka Gorge, retracing the last steps of Peter Boland, who disappeared 60 years ago. He'd gone out looking for horses with a group of young men.
I'm getting a bit lost how many people were with him because I'm getting like 5 now, so it's got me confused on that one. 2 or 3? How many people are with you? Oh, okay, something about a group of people with him at that beforehand, but then he got split up somehow on his own.
There were 5 people, and they'd split up to look for the horses. When Peter's group found them, he went off on his own and was never seen again.
God, that shadow of a man, the man that was working there or was... don't know who he is. He was working there, but anyway. What happened to you, Peter? What happened to you?
On a different day, Sue also picks up on the presence of a man.
I just heard him say, you little shit. This person there was something there. He just did not like this boy. He didn't, you little shit.
Both psychics are drawn to the Waiaweka stream where Peter was last seen alive. Did he cross on his own, or was he followed?
What I'm picking up is there was a group of people or something, they were out here looking for the horse or whatever, and for some reason he got split up from the people, but I keep seeing this shadow behind him, so someone must have been with him.
No, I don't like that. I don't feel comfortable here. It's weird. I don't know if they crossed the water or went over here, but I don't feel right. This wasn't like this when it happened.
Sue is correct. The creek is running high due to recent heavy rain. And at the time of Peter's disappearance, it was easy to cross without getting wet.
I don't like it. It's making me feel really nervous.
This man in the shadow, like behind me, there must have been a person not so far away from him or something. You know, my head is still hurting, like it's been hit, like I've hit my head or someone's hit my head.
I still keep getting my head. That's what I keep getting. Around his head, like being punched or something on his head.
Someone hit him over the head or he hit his head.
Deb is unsure whether Peter's death is an accident or not. Sue, on the other hand, sees a man with intentions of doing harm to Peter.
But that person didn't like him. For some reason, I don't know if he wasn't cheeky. He wasn't cheeky. He was a lovely boy. But I don't know if he answered him back once. And he didn't like that. That's what I'm getting. It's like, you answer me like that. You know what I mean? And that's what he had it in for him.
So were you murdered? Were you? But he's playing games with me still because I can still see the figure in the shadow with the man.
Both psychics picture a man who was a threat to Peter's safety, but Deb feels he didn't kill the boy.
I can see someone in the background, but I can't see them physically touching him. But he's still really upset about this, whatever, them leaving him or them forgetting about him. Well, not forgetting about him, but just letting him go off on his own.
Sue, on the other hand, sees a man guilty of murder.
There's many different stories that are saying, oh, he must have fell or he hit his head or he's got lost or something like that. And that's what, there's so many different varieties of stories. But it's something to do with that person. I don't feel it was an accident.
Yeah, I do think it's an accident. I don't think he was, yeah, if he was murdered, I'd be getting sick by now. I'm feeling the sickness of murder. I do feel like he was hit by someone, but I think it was because he was saying he didn't want to go back or something because they didn't want him going any further. They were sending him off in a different direction for some reason. But there is a body walking behind him, and then he's got split up. So I don't know if the fella, it feels like a man to me, gave him a bit of a slap before he took off. It's like I'm seeing him walk down this dark tunnel. And it's all forest, and I think he was trying to get back to the house, but he got lost.
Okay, so where I'd like to go now is I'd like to go back to the house and we can have a look there. That would be really good because I just need to check on some things there.
Sue senses the spirit of Peter Boland still has more to tell her, while Deb's 8 hours are nearing an end.
But it's Boland. Peter Boland. Boland.
Psychics Sue Nicholson and Deb Webber are using their unique abilities to try and find out what happened to Peter Boland.
Really doesn't feel like he was murdered. I don't get that he's murdered. But I feel, and I still have that, there's a niggling feeling in me. He can't describe it, but what I'm getting is I don't think he was murdered, but there's something not right. So something sinister was probably going to happen to him. So, you know, there was that danger for him, so he wanted to take off. He wanted to protect himself. And because I do see him going and leaving and probably going back to the house, but he got his directions wrong. He won't tell me anymore, but it's in there, and he doesn't know how to describe it, I guess. And he doesn't know what was going to happen, but he's frightened, and I think he's still frightened.
Sue, on the other hand, senses an altogether different scenario. She sees a man intent on harming Peter.
So when we look at it and we put it all together, what were the intentions? I don't feel there was, the intention was he meant to kill him. There's just something not nice intentions that was with this person towards him. And I see him crying. I see him crying saying, I want to go home. And he kept telling him to be quiet, to be quiet. I just like, honestly, I just feel like I've lost my temper. I've gone too far. I really didn't mean to do it, but I feel also I've had a few drinks. I feel like he may have answered him back and he didn't mean to in that way. And it's like snapped in his head. I am not a hunter. I've never hunted anything. But I feel with him, he'd just go and do it for the sheer fun of it. And that's why I don't like it. That's why it's like, let's go and shoot an animal. I probably won't eat it or tame it, but that's what I'm getting with him. Very dysfunctional. Very strange.
If Peter was murdered, his body might hold forensic clues that could lead to his killer. But to this day, his body has never been found.
I keep looking for him and I know he's here somewhere, but it's like finding a needle in a haystack. And because it's so different, like these hills are completely different to what it was like before. So even his soul's a bit confused about where I am looking at, of course, because it's not the same. I don't think he wants to be remembered as bones found as bones on the earth. I don't think anyone would want that really, but yeah, hopefully someone will stumble over him one day, but...
His mother never ever got over it. She never got over it. But she's with him now, and that's fine. And they are together. Because that was her little boy. Her little boy had gone missing. Where is he? I feel my heart's broken, and I keep wanting to look for him. I keep wanting to go and search for him. I have to find him. He needs me. He should have been home by September. September was very significant. So I feel that when he was here, he never got home by September. He should have been home and he never came home. His mother has never, ever, ever, she never got over it when he went. It broke her heart.
His family. Oh, my heart goes out to them because they've never had closure. I'd ask them to let Peter rest. I really would. I'd remember him as he was.
He loved life to the full, and he had so much going for him and so many ambitions and things, and yeah, well, he's at peace now because he's with his mum.
For 60 years, the Boland family has never known what became of their brother and cousin. Gavin Boland came to Sensing Murder because he wanted answers. We've brought the family together to show them what the psychics have revealed about Peter's disappearance. Peter Boland was just 9 years old when he went missing on a remote farm in 1957.
We searched everywhere and we couldn't find him anywhere.
Mr. McRae said that he couldn't have gone missing there in the bushes, quite a distance from where they said he had gone missing from.
There had to be foul play. That's what the first thing that comes into your mind.
I think they're probably correct because they were people that were there. They would know the personalities of the people who are on the farm. They obviously had some doubts about people there.
He keeps saying, I'm missing, where am I?
He's not sort of child that would wander. So for him to wander off, that's just sort of out of the question.
I just can't believe that Peter would have wandered off because he wasn't that type of personality. He was he had a lot of common sense.
It's a male's hand with him.
And he keeps flashing me to this man.
And I can hear him say, let me go. Let me go.
Robert.
I guess you have to presume that another party was involved. Robert sounds like another party.
There's just something not nice intentions that was with this person towards him. And he kept telling him to be quiet, shut up. And it's like snapped in his head.
There may be somebody who can be held to account, whether they're alive or dead. At least there has to be a name somewhere in there.
I keep looking for him and I know he's here somewhere, but it's like finding a needle in a haystack.
It does put a bad end on things and there's no body. So surely you'd think there'd be some way of finding his body there somewhere.
Having seen the completed program, how does the family feel now about Peter's legacy?
I think 99% of New Zealand would not have even known it happened. At least it's been brought out into the open. It's now public knowledge.
She's a dag, mate. She's a bit of a hoot.
Some years ago, Gavin was attending a public show by psychic Calvin Cruikshank when the spirit of Peter Boland came through.
He says, "Oh, I've got your brother here."
His message to his brother was that he had been abducted.
That revelation was major for me.
Calvin even brought up the name Robert, a name Deb also thought significant.
During the reading, I was asked if the name Robert meant anything to me, and it doesn't correspond with any of family or friends that I know, whether that is the abductor or whether it's just another person that was around at the time. It remains to be seen.
Sensing Murder chose not to use Kelvin on this case because of that past reading. But we were curious if he could reconnect with Peter and if the spirit would reveal more.
Now, there's two options. You've got a whole lot of scrub and you can go missing, or you can get picked up. I believe that this little fella was picked up, and it is a person from around the surrounding area who is a paedophile.
It's a shocking revelation. How does Kelvin think Peter's abduction happened?
He gets approached by a gentleman in a car. I won't say gentleman, but a man in a car. I'll give you a ride back. I know where you are, so I know where he's from. Gets in the vehicle. Far out, this is not going to be good. He gets into the vehicle. He then gets taken off to almost a shack. I can't breathe. That's how I'm feeling, very smothered. But then I don't know what happened after that, because I feel like I've had a cloth across my face. If not, I'm smothered quite severely. So I would suspect this little fella's been murdered. This person that picked him up was not in a relationship, so almost, I can't say hillbilly, but I can say a person who worked the land from a small, you know what I mean, a small shack from back in the day where you just worked your backside off and you put your head down at night. So it could have been a local worker from around the area. It is certainly not tied into the family that he was with, that's for sure.
There was a Ministry of Works camp nearby, filled with men who were building roads in the area.
The worker in question was dismissed for misconduct or not doing his job properly. And the reason why that occurred was because of the stress element with having this kid bundled up. The alcohol involved with the person involved here is intense, so they may have been an alcoholic towards the end of their life. God, how the hell are you going to track that? It's next to impossible. Because it's so far away, it was so long ago that it's pretty hard. But I would be going back in time to people that may have knowledge of who worked on that site at that time, who was employed. I doubt if there's paper trail, but people will have knowledge of the people that were involved.
Sensing Murder has hired private investigator Grant Coward to look into the new information provided by the psychics. The former detective knows it's a long shot, but he's come to Wellington hoping he can find some records that can link to the psychics' findings.
So in terms of cold cases, in my experience, it is never too late to investigate them. 60, 70, 80 years on, the family still want closure.
Grant uses all his contacts to see if any official documents have been missed.
His name was Peter Boland.
Grant is able to acquire a copy of an official letter, seemingly the only piece of documentation relating to Peter's case.
Well, I'm in receipt of a document here from 2001 where the police have indicated that they can't find the Boland file. I can understand that to a degree, but it seems unusual from my experience of nearly 30 years in the police that there isn't a file, although practices have changed dramatically over the years. And so what I can do is go and research some archive files around that time, 1957, to see if I can identify a Robert. It's possibly a needle in a haystack, but it's worth a shot.
After a full day of searching, none of the Ministry of Works files mention a Robert, and the incomplete employment records don't specify whether anyone was fired.
Having an investigation of almost 60 years ago, it becomes difficult, particularly when there's no file, there's no records of pedophiles back then, there's no suggestion that there was any foul play like abduction or homicide, so we've drawn a bit of a blank, but there will be, I'm sure there will be, someone who's watching this program that may know something. And I would implore them to come forward. It doesn't matter whether it's 50 years ago, 60 years ago, 70 years ago. Justice always needs to be done.
When Peter disappeared all those years ago, there was no funeral of any sort. For his mother, Nell, that was especially hard. Almost 60 years later, the Bolans have come together for a memorial service for Peter, to the church where he was baptised, St Mary's in Avondale, Auckland.
My mum, our mum, Nell, will almost certainly be with him now, and they'll both be happy. Everything he was involved in, he was good at. When he was at school, he wanted to be a doctor. Probably if he hadn't gone missing, that's what he would be doing, you know, because he was fairly successful at doing what he set out to do. And my life would have been enriched if he'd still been here with me. It hasn't given me a body, or bones, as the psychics would say, but it has allowed me to believe that my brother wasn't an idiot. It was patently obvious that getting lost wasn't what happened, that he was just a 9-year-old boy who was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Sensing Murder has passed our findings on to New Zealand Police, including information from some of the men at the farm, comments from the searchers, and the psychic's findings. Police have told Sensing Murder they will watch the story with interest before making any decision about whether to carry out investigations.